What's up? It's Robert from Existence First. Two disclaimers. First, I'm filming this on my phone, not on my webcam, so the quality might be a little weird or different, but the webcam is broken, so I don't have a choice. Number two, I'm discussing a medical topic today, and I'm not claiming to be a medical professional, and this is not to be taken as medical advice. Instead, this is really a summary of some things that I just looked up in my own research. And this is not a medical YouTube channel either. This is a self-help and psychology channel. The reason this is relevant to psychology is that there's a lot of panic and chaos going on out there in the community, and it is resulting in part from sloppy thinking and sloppy communication on the part of others. So this video is meant to serve as an antidote to that sloppy thinking that other people are spewing. Okay, so what is this antidote to sloppy thinking that I'm talking about? Okay, well, the solution to anything sloppy is to clean it up. Okay, and how do you clean up sloppy thinking that is being communicated from perhaps dumb or emotional people, or both? And I say that tongue-in-cheek a little bit, but with some degree of sincerity. Now, the solution is through distinctions and very clean thinking, okay? And so what would that look like in this? I mean, I'm going to apply it to this specific situation, the coronavirus situation, because that's what we're all dealing with, okay? So what's an example of clean thinking with distinctions? Well, first of all, it's with the language, okay? So if somebody says something like, oh, so-and-so caught the coronavirus. Well, okay, first of all, there's 30 coronaviruses, so which one are you talking about? And second, there's an important distinction between this COVID thing, which is on a lot of like letters and websites and stuff and emails, versus the virus. Okay, so COVID, the D in COVID stands for disease. So this is a disease, specifically COVID-19 is the disease that's being caused by this one virus, this one coronavirus, which is referred to as the novel coronavirus, also being referred to as 2019-nCoV. So this is one specific virus causing a disease. Okay, much like in 2002, 2003, we had an outbreak of SARS on planet Earth, and that's also a respiratory disease. Caused also by a coronavirus, not the same one, but a different one, SARS-CoV. Okay, so, and why is this a problem? It's a problem because it's respiratory in nature, and we need breathing to live. Okay, if this was a skin disease, maybe it wouldn't be fatal, but breathing is pretty important. Okay, one thing we can also point out is that the outbreak in 2002, 2003. Had a fatality rate of 9.6%, which means that if you take the number of deaths divided by the total number of cases, you'll get about 9.6%. If you crunch those numbers with the current coronavirus, you should get a number around 3.7%, meaning it's like less than half in terms of fatality, right? However, the sheer numbers, the number of cases is like way higher for the current coronavirus. So I don't know what that means. Maybe it's more contagious, but less fatal than the last one. I don't know. That's beyond my scope. Okay, I'm going to draw the line there. But these are the types of questions that I'm asking. Okay, another question to ask is like, once you have the virus, or no, not once you have it, the virus, how long does it live outside of the human body? That's something I'm curious about. Okay, for rhinovirus, which is the number one cause of the common cold, rhinoviruses survive only for 3 hours. Now, how long does this novel coronavirus survive? I don't know, and I don't know if anybody knows at this point because more research is being done. Okay, but as you see, this is a virus that causes a disease. Influenza virus is a virus that causes flu. Now, check this out. What if you start having, flu-like symptoms? You probably are first going to think, oh my gosh, I have coronavirus. But how do you know that your cold symptoms are not being caused by rhinovirus or influenza virus or any other virus, right? It could be a non-novel coronavirus. Actually, I was reading something on WebMD posted in March 2019, so way before this new coronavirus came about, and it said I should actually read it because it was really interesting. It says, okay, it is likely that someday you'll have a close encounter with one of these types: rhinovirus, coronavirus, or RSV and parainfluenza. Okay, so in March of 2019, somebody said it's likely that you'll one day have an encounter with coronavirus. Who would have thought? Okay, but these different types, remember. All right, so those are important distinctions. So as you notice, we're making distinctions here. Okay, are we talking about the virus itself or the disease? Just having a virus in you doesn't necessarily cause a disease. You can have herpes simplex 1, otherwise known as HSV1. There's also HSV2, but HSV1 is the one that more commonly causes cold sores on the mouth, right? Herpes is a trigger word. People hear that and they just, there's a big stigma around it, okay? But did you know that, and look this up to confirm it, 67% of the world's population likely carries HSV1. In other words, they have the herpes virus in them, 67%. It's just that their immune system is suppressing it, and so the virus, it's only at a time when your immune system is weakened, such as times of stress, that then the virus is able to manifest these cold sores on the mouth. But a lot, like 2/3 of the world's population, have this. That's crazy. So just having the virus in you is not the problem. The problem is when the virus causes these symptoms inside the human body. And needless to say, a problem on the skin, such as like bumps or or herpes or whatever, that's not going to kill you. Whereas a disease that affects your breathing, which is a vital function, that will kill you, right? So there's this range. There's this, there's different a range of different levels of importance, basically. Okay, so all right, so the one takeaway that I want people to get from this is the importance of making distinctions, and that, okay, are we talking about the virus or the disease? Are we talking about this coronavirus or another coronavirus? Okay, are we talking, or is my symptoms being caused by this virus or that virus? Okay, all these things. How long does the virus last? There's a lot of panic with this, school closing. It's like, oh no, schools are closed, bars are closed, right? Well, here's the questions to ask. Okay, these are the intelligent questions to ask. Okay, how long are we going to be closed? What are we hoping to accomplish? All right, I don't know how are we even going to solve this problem. Is there going to be a vaccine? Yeah, they say we're closing schools to slow the spread of it, but then what? What's our strategy? We slow the spread, and then what? It just disappears one day, or what? Isn't this going to be around forever? Or are we coming up with a vaccine? I don't know. Well, these are the types of questions that I'm asking, right? And it sounds different when somebody who knows what they're talking about versus someone who's acting from emotion, right? So somebody goes and buys a bunch of rolls of toilet paper, right? They're probably not saying something like, well, the school closure is 3 weeks. I might be quarantined, so I'm thinking I calculated how many toilet paper squares that I use in a day, and so I calculated that I need 12 and a half rolls, so that's why I'm out here purchasing. No, but that would be a person who's actually using a strategy versus acting emotionally. Okay, so anyways, before I digress and get on to some other topic, that's what I'm trying to, that's the point I'm trying to make here, is that this, by actually doing a little research on my end, I was able to inform myself and be a little bit more resistant to all of this panic that's going on out there. So stay safe, stay clean, stay healthy, and remember to put your existence first and think clean. All right.